Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here, Gibson Garage Speed Shop, and today we're going to be working on my son's Jetta. His oil leak has just gotten so bad, so I'm going to show you guys how to not only change the oil pan gasket, because that's where the leak is coming from, at the back of the motor, kind of near the transmission side. Also, we're going to change the oil dipstick, or no, it's the oil pickup tube O-ring. So first things first is cleaning it up, which we already did. Got some degreaser under there and sprayed it all off. It's dry enough now. The second thing we need to do is get the plastic dust shield stuff out of the way. And then I think hopefully there's nothing in the way to drop that pan. Let's find out. So the first thing you're gonna need to do is grab your T25 and remove these 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side, and to get this dust shield out of the way. And then of course, one obvious step, we're gonna have to drain the oil. I'm gonna remove that oil filter as well, and of course, get a full oil change out of the deal. With the 19, we can get over here and pull off this drain plug. We'll lubricate the gun as well. It's just lubrication. We'll let that chill rot there while it drains. And since I don't have a big enough bucket, we'll let that finish up, and then we'll do this. We also got to do these two 10 mils. In my case, I got the turbo feed line here, or this could be the return feed. I don't know, one of them. All right, there's the tube, two 10 mils. Go ahead and...
That's smooth. That's an Allen.
Alright, yep. Bingo, let that all drain out. See if we can grab that by hand.
Let's go.
Nice. How much is it gonna drain?
Oh!
A lot?
What was missing?
It drains a little bit.
One, 2, and 3, just those 3?
Yeah, I believe so. We're gonna start with these 3 16 mils on the side.
Oh boy.
Is it coming out?
Nope, that ain't budging.
Okay, so we took out the 3 16 mils on the side. Now we can move on to the main pan bolts there. And there's nothing in the way of these bolts, so you should be able to go straight up and down all the way around. And so all the bolts are out. He's probably going to need to get a little bit of a pry bar. This thing doesn't want to just fall. Yep, brace it with your hand. I'd maybe go from the back. You got like this thick. Maybe you can stick something in the thick area. Oh yeah. All right, get that pry bar out of there. It's all you. Should be able to come straight down roughly. I mean, smoothly, but roughly. Faster, but slower.
That's the final one I took out. I got stuck up there.
All right, that's gonna drip, so watch yourself. All right, we'll let that drip a little more.
Oh,
yeah, is there a gasket? No gasket. I didn't think there was a gasket.
Very interesting.
It's got factory schmutz all the way around it.
Yeah.
But we did order a gasket. Maybe. Help! Being attacked by bugs. Maybe that's just something they decided to make aftermarket, you know? We'll see if it lines up when it gets here. One thing we can do though while we're waiting is get that 10 mils out for that pickup tube so we can replace that. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Good thing I
had
put
a lot
that.
in there.
It was vacuum locked. That means that O-ring probably wasn't bad, but it's one of those things you do while you're in here because it's a 99-cent part, and
That's gonna fall on you.
you probably have to wiggle it. It's not just gonna fall.
No, I meant the screw.
Oh, okay. Ooh, we're good. We're safe. We're good. Oh, there's that O-ring. Sweet. All right, let's let this drip. Wait for the part. He's curious, and well, come to think of it, so am I. So I want to see what the rotating assembly looks like under here. That crank. Let's check out that crank.
This. Jesus. Oh, oh, oh.
Hot oil.
No, it's just a lot of oil.
Oh. So see this ring with all the square holes in it? That's for your crank sensor.
I was gonna say, is that my timing?
It's for the computer. Let's see. You got 2-bolt main caps. Look at all that webbing, dude.
Webbing?
Yeah, so all these pieces here,
Oh,
it's all for like strength of the block.
it's cast.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got lots of strength built around the crank because it's boosted probably. All that extra force, they want to keep it strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're gonna clean all that up, wipe it all down before we put the new gasket on. Here's the oil pan. You see, you got a little bit of sludge in there. It's not too bad. It's probably the only time it's ever been off.
No, it's gonna drip.
What? I told you put that in. Tighten it up, man.
Tighten it up.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be loose anymore. And then there was this. We found this in the pan. It's sitting right here in this area where the return feed comes back. So, and it's hollow. It looks like it was crimped onto something. It's like a crimping mark there, painted a little green-ish. And it's smaller than even than the dipstick. So I was thinking maybe it was something that was attached to the dipstick, but I don't think so. And considering it was on this side of this little wall here, it might have come right out of that big old hole from the turbo drain back. The gasket in. Here's the part number somewhere. Oh, there it is. You can get it at AutoZone. It's not a big secret. I don't know what these are though, or where they're supposed to go. So we won't use those.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that looks perfect. You know, I was thinking one of those grommets might actually be a dipstick tube grommet. But we're not going to do what we don't need to do. So this is already pretty simple. Let's blow this out real quick with some air and get it under there before more stuff falls in it. Here's the new O-ring for the pickup tube. Make sure we put that on too, of course. Pickup tube, new O-ring. Make sure you find some oil on something down there and rub it all over that O-ring before you know, when you wiggle it in. Ooh. Give it, even amount of ugga-duggas on each side, and we'll call that torque.
Good.
Okay, hold it still and get a few bolts in there to help line that gasket up. Hurry up, I'm shaking, I can't hold it any longer.
That's not screwing.
Now once we're certain we got the gasket lined up with 4 bolts or so, and then we can put the rest of them in, finger tight. Alright, so all those other small bolts are in. Those are going to be tightened to 11 foot-pounds or 132, if my math is correct, inch-pounds. And these bell housing bolts, those are going to 33 foot-pounds. And everything's loose right now, just trying to get it all started, hopefully.
Which one's tight?
Well, that gasket, it's probably...
Well, there isn't a gasket for those.
No, for the gasket is holding the oil pan lower.
Oh.
Probably causing a little bit of misalignment, so maybe cinch those oil pan bolts up a little bit to give you some breather room.
That was more than a click.
Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah? I don't know. Oh, those are going in. Those are going in nice and easy.
Okay.
It's just 3 of those guys. As long as it feels good, then you're good. Maybe start with the center one for some reason, I feel like. Ooh, nice. That was not the oil pan cracking, I swear. Oh. Jesus. Check that center one again. Alright. I'll torque those other ones down to 132 inch-pounds. So for these bolts that are sitting up in the oil pan, we're going to use that hardened swivel because it's kind of at an angle.
I like the other swivel because it was tighter. It wasn't super floppy. I can't even hold my arms up.
All right, I had to crawl under here for the sun, and you can't really see up in there too well. But these 2 center bolts are kind of behind this, so you need. Which I don't have. You need something like this, but in a 1/4 inch drive. A shallow 10 mil that's directly on the swivel, so you can get in there and past the plane of the bell housing. I was able to get it, just pushing a lot of force onto it, so it didn't slip off, and we're good. Now we can get the oil filter on. Put the dust shield back on and fill her up with oil. Hey, there we go.
There we go.
And he was off his meds, so he would sit in his room all day, like.
And that's where Butthead came from.
Yeah,
About 4.8 quarts of this stuff. So don't forget to hook up the turbo return line or you'll have oil all over the floor. Oh my goodness. It's okay, that's that 0.2 that we don't need. Because we got 5 quarts and it requires 4.8.
Yeah.
Those are probably like 11 foot-pounds too. You could probably use that same torque wrench. Put one hand up here on the head and push in. Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
Did you strip it?
No, it's the socket gets in the way of the plug. That's tight enough.
Yeah. So slide the plastic up in there and the tabs. Put those 4 Torx bolts back on. All right, let's start it up. Got fresh oil in it. Let's see how long it takes to. You got an oil pressure gauge?
No.
Oh, you don't have one on this?
No.
That's lame. Okay, well, here's to hoping.
Make one.
One day. See, that's that sound. It took forever to build up pressure. I think you got a collapsed that tensioner on this driver's side that we replaced the gasket on. I think we kind of ruined that tensioner. Yeah, but that doesn't matter once it builds up. No leaks, but we do got a belt squeak or a pulley squeak over here. Huh.
Where is the belt?
Over there.
Oh, I'm not used to this shit.
Well, that's gonna do it. That's how you change the oil pan gasket and the oil pickup tube O-ring on an 04 Jetta 1.8T. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it so much. Till next time, peace.